The emphasis and enjoyment in rap, hip-hop, and electronic music has a lot to do with the bass. It usually plays a far bigger part in the composition of a song and stands more in the foreground than you will find in rock and classical. In that sense, any of these earphones are going to be perfect for you. They will give you some of the best expansion of the low end and some of the biggest quantities of bass. Sub-bass is not easy to recreate in a small driver in-ear headphone, but these are the best of creating that big speaker rumble in a portable form factor. 1. RHA T10i. Earbuds built like tanks. After more than 2 years, the RHA T10i are still my go-to pair of deep bass earphones. The soundstage is huge and the sub-bass response is even bigger. Stellar build quality from the patented injection-molded housing are paired with stunning good looks, especially in the new stealthy black version. And it's all backed by the company's excellent 3-year warranty. The RHA T10i have interchangeable filter tips that let you tune the sound to your liking, and if you really want to hear the most ridiculous levels of sub-bass in an in-ear headphone, you're going to find it here. 2. JVC HA-FX1X. Best budget bass earbud. Big bass doesn't have to come with a premium price tag. What better way to show that than with the JVC FX1X Extreme Explosives? The FX has been around for a couple of years, and there have been a few updated models since, but none can match them for the combination of stylish looks, build quality, and deep rumbling bass. The mid-range still manages to remain composed, although there is little in the way of top-end sparkle. But for the price, I'm really struggling to think of another budget, bass-heavy earbud that can come close to matching them. 3. Sony MDR XB90EX. Massive sub-bass. The Sony XB90EX has been the company's flagship bass earphone for some time now, for good reason. The Sonys do 2 things really well. Number 1, they have a huge soundstage on them that has great levels of both width and depth. And number 2 is the big sub-bass quantity. Thanks to having giant 16mm drivers inside them, they are able to move more air than most in-ear headphones could ever dream of. With the Sony XB90EX, the bass isn't just a sound, but you can physically feel the air being slammed against your eardrums. This is a very good earphone if you like listening to music with extreme sub-bass, such as dubstep and industrial electro. But with its soundstage being so big, it also works well with a lot of rock concert music as well. 4. Aurosonics ASG 2.5, a hard-hitting premium IEM. IMR came from absolutely nowhere, a new startup by Rockjaw Bob after his exit from the shady Trinity Audio. What they produced is not only one of the best bass earphones in the world, but hands down one of the best in-ear headphones in the world. They have a beautiful presentation right on through the spectrum, a gigantic soundstage, are built like tanks, and have some of the heaviest bass around when you use the correct filters. These earphones are a premium offering, but are definitely worth it if they are going to be your main set of earphones. Monstrous bass is the order of the day. True deep sub-bass that only a few others on this list can match. We like that you can open and close the bass ports to fine-tune the output of the earphones to suit your taste, but they have one other trick that adds a level of refinement. 5. Yamaha EPH M200 and EPH 100. You should consider the Yamaha EPH M200 and EPH 100 to be essentially the same sound. Sonically, there is very little that separates them, and that is a very good thing. Now users have the choice of which style of earbuds they want to use. If you don't like the build and style on one, then try the other. Both of these earphones are kings of the electronic, EDM, and dubstep genres. The bass is fast, tight, and punchy with a rich midsection and laid-back treble. The 200 also have that wide soundstage and black background that a lot of Yamaha earbuds are known for. We prefer the EPH 100 due to its build quality, smaller size, and its excellent noise-isolating properties. But if you're on a budget, then it's well worth checking out the M200 as well. 6. Elecom EHP CA3580, another budget banger. Another budget earphone that is incredible value for money. They aren't that talked about right now, but could be the next big thing for bass heads on a budget. In fact, these earphones manage to compete with many of the other more expensive models on this list in terms of sheer bass quantity. Mids, treble, and imaging are all fairly average, but if it's bass you care about, then these have so much more to offer and will barely even dent your wallet for the pleasure. Deep subwoofer bass in an earbud isn't easy to get, but Elecom has done a great job, whilst at the same time making sure the low end doesn't drown out the other frequencies.